Right, hi guys, how are you? We are back, and today's lesson we're going to be looking at homozygous and heterozygous. Remember, we're still doing terminology. Right, so this is what we're going to be focusing on, and we're going to look into it and we're going to get it done now. But before we go on, I just want us to recap from the last lesson that we had. Right, so from the last lesson that we had, we now know that there are 20 forms of a gene found in the same locus in providing different expressions of for a particular characteristic called alleles. Now, alleles make up the gene pair, these alternative forms. So if you're looking at height, the gene for height, it is found on two homologous chromosome pairs, one chromosome that is coming from your mom and the other is coming from your dad. And these two chromosome pairs, homologous chromosome pairs of the same size, shape, and genetic composition have at a particular locus. They have two alleles that will be coding for that particular characteristic. If you're looking at pea plants, we are basically saying that we have two homologous chromosome pairs, and on this pair of homologous chromosome pairs, on the same locus on each chromosome, we are going to find two alleles that are coding for the same characteristic, which is height, but they may be coding it in different ways. Remember what we said? Alternative forms. But still, whether an allele is coding for tall and another is coding for short, at the end of the day, you're still talking about the same thing. You're still talking about height in pea plants. So we looked at this yesterday, and then the last lesson, and then we looked at the composition of the gene pair, and we said that this composition of how a pair is like is what is actually the genotype of that particular characteristic, right? And then we looked at how the guidelines on writing on how we write genotypes. Now we looked at plant length in pea plants. Simple example that we like. And then we now know that tall is dominant over short, and because of that, we end up generating these genotypes, right? These are the genotypes that we end up generating. These genotypes. With this genotype, we have this genotype, and then we have this genotype, right? Hope that makes sense. Right, walk with me. So you have on this genotype, let's see. Here we go. Something is happening with my let's change the color here. Or let's do this. Okay. So we now know this genotype. Let's go here. We have this genotype made up of two alleles that are coding for tall in height of pea plants. So this gives us tall, and then this two alleles that are coding for short gives us short pea plant. And then our last example, then we have a gene pair, and the genotype is this, where one allele is coding for tall and the other allele of the gene pair is coding for short. And because we know that tall is dominant over short, it means that when height in this pea plant that has such a genotype, when height comes up in this pea plant, because tall is dominant over short, we know that the pea plant is going to be tall. Hope it makes sense. Right. Walk with me. Let's look at the first one. Tall. If we were to draw the gene pair for just that, if we were to take two homologous chromosome pairs of the same size, shape, and genetic composition, remember what we said? One is maternal, the other one is paternal. And then we say that, wait a minute, height in pea plants is found at this particular locus. If it is found in this particular locus, then on this chromosome, the second chromosome that is making up the homologous chromosome pair, you're going to find it in the same locus. In other words, now just before we continue, you will notice that in exam papers and textbooks, that should you get a drawing like this, you will find that the dominant allele is given a thicker line. It's given a thicker line. Now, if we're doing this, a drawing for this, the genotype, and we're looking at the gene pair, because it is TT and this is dominant. So let's make things a bit thicker. There we go. And there we go. And then this one is this allele. And then this one is this allele. And then you now have your gene pair showing the genotype. Hope that makes sense. Same thing goes for, let's do this one. For short, gene pair made up of two alleles that are coding for short. Again, we have our two homologous chromosome pairs, and then because these are recessive alleles, remember when we said that the thick ones, they're showing the dominant. So on the same position, we'll draw a thinner line to denote the recessiveness. There we go. And then here's another one. And then for the last one, I know you're wondering why I'm doing this. The purpose is going to reflect later. You will see why we are doing this. Right. There it is. Made up of two alleles. Yet the two alleles, even though they are coding for the same characteristic, they have alternative forms. One is for tall and the other one is for short. What is the genotype here? The genotype is this. And what is the genotype here? The genotype is that. Right. I hope you're getting that. That's our recap from the previous lesson. So, we said, I don't know what's happening with my podcast today. I'm having issues. No, I don't want that. Yeah? Let's do this. Do this. Bingo. I hope this can now give me what I want. Come on. There we go. So this genotype gives us that. When you look at the plant. This genotype gives us this, and then this genotype gives us that. In other words, what we are saying is that the observable characteristics, in other words, the physical appearance of an organism is determined by its genotype, and its environment would then now be called the phenotype. Right. I'm going to give you a stupid example. It's a stupid example. Thou shalt not use it anyway, but it will help you to understand where I'm coming from. Let's talk about my family. Yes, let's talk about my family. Right. My dad is dark in complexion. Remember I said that this is just for you to understand where I'm coming from. That you should never use this as an example. I will tell you why in the coming lessons. Why you shouldn't use it as an example. But I want you to understand what we mean when we look at the observable characteristics. In other words, the physical appearance of an organism is determined by its genotype and the environment in where they are. Right, my dad is dark in complexion, or was a dark in complexion. May so rest in peace. And then my mom is a yellow bone. Daddy and mommy had the four of us. We are four in our family, 2 boys, 2 girls. And 2 of us are dark in complexion. And the other 2 are light in complexion. What does this mean? I am dark in complexion just like my dad. And two of my other siblings are light in complexion, just like mine. Now, even though I am dark in complexion, it doesn't mean that when I have a child, it's going to be dark in complexion. The child may come up light in complexion. Why? Because my phenotype, my physical appearance is dark in complexion. And yet, who knows? Maybe my genotype. What is my genotype? Remember? The genetic composition of my gene base. Maybe there is an allele for light in complexion. And if we say that dark is dominant, that's why I say don't use it. Just an example. Let's just say for argument's sake that dark is dominant over light. This means that I may be dark in complexion and yet I have an allele, a recessive allele for light in complexion. I said this is a stupid example. It's nothing like that. Are we together? So if I have a recessive allele for light skin complexion, it means that I have the possibility of then producing a child that is light in complexion. So your phenotype, your physical appearance, is determined by what? By your genotype and the environment. I'll give you another. So we're done with my physical appearance, my phenotype, but we have been looking at what? At how my physical appearance is influenced by the genotype. But from the environment side of my phenotype, remember phenotype is what? Genotype and environment. I am dark in complexion, born with a genotype that makes me dark in complexion. But if I was born in, say, the North Pole, where there's less light, and I lived in the North Pole, I wouldn't be as dark as I look like. Why? Because there's less sunlight. So basically, your phenotype is a combination of your genotype and your environment. Right, we're done with that. Remember when we were talking about this stuff and then I have to say capital letter T, small letter t. We can't do that. We can't do that. This is where we are now coming into today's lesson. Right, this is done and dusted. Right, what do we mean when we're talking about homozygous and heterozygous? There we go. Let's learn the definitions. Right. When two alleles of a gene pair for a particular characteristic on a pair of homologous chromosomes are the same. Let's repeat that. When two alleles for a, that was my thing again. My board is a hater. Okay, it's fine. When two alleles, oh, there we go. When two alleles of a gene pair for a particular characteristic are the same, then we say the individual is homozygous, but not just homozygous, homozygous for that specific trait. When two alleles are specific. When two alleles for a trait are the same, then the individual is homozygous for that specific trait. So let's go back to our plant. What does this mean? And this is the first question. What does this mean? If a tree plant has a genotype like this, then we say that the individual is homozygous for The individual is homozygous tall. Why? Because the two alleles for a specific trait. In other words, the two alleles for the trait of what? Plant health. These two alleles are the same. And these two alleles are giving you the form of tau in pea plants. So these two alleles, because they are the same, they are homozygous. And what are they giving us? They are giving us the characteristic, the phenotype what? Tau. And because of that, we say that it is homozygous tau. Right. I hope you get it. This genotype consists of two alleles that are still the same. Because they are the same, they are homozygous. But they're not just homozygous, they are homozygous short. Why? Because the two alleles are the same and they are both coding for short in height in pea plants. So they are homozygous short. Now, what happens now when you have a situation like this? In a case like this one, where the two alleles are not the same, but the two alleles are giving us a genotype that tells us that this plant is tall. We know this plant is tall. Why? Because we see that even though there are different alleles making up the gene pair, we know that tall is dominant over short. So what term do we use now when we are describing this? Then we say that the plant is heterozygous. Right. When two alleles on a pair of homologous chromosomes differ from each other, then we say the individual is heterozygous for that particular trait. Again, past exam question. And question 1.2. So, two alleles on a pair of homologous chromosomes differ from each other, then the individual is heterozygous. Now listen, common mistake that learners do, students do, is that if, let me just put it like this. Remember that Mendel looked at 7 characteristics. It doesn't mean if that the pea plant is homozygous dominant for one, like this. If a pea plant is this genotype, then it is homozygous dominant. Why is it dominant? Because it's got two alleles that are, or the dominant alleles. So it doesn't mean that if it is homozygous tall, it's going to be homozygous dominant for all the other characteristics. No, it is only homozygous tall for that particular trait, which is height. Right? Walk with me. It doesn't mean if a pea plant with a genotype like this is homozygous recessive. In other words, it's homozygous short. It doesn't mean that because it is homozygous recessive. Why? Because it has two alleles, and both of them are recessive. It doesn't mean that every other trait is going to be homozygous recessive. No. It is homozygous recessive. In this case here, it is homozygous short for plant height. And again, the same occurs with heterozygous. It doesn't mean if it is heterozygous for one trait, it's going to be heterozygous for all traits. We're going to go into detail when we look into questions and everything like that. So, thus, plant length in pea plants. If the pea plant has the genotype that, then the individual is a tall. Now, a plant can never be described as heterozygous short. You can't. Listen to this. You can say homozygous tall. You can say homozygous short. So you can say homozygous tall. You can say homozygous short. You can never describe this pea plant as being heterozygous short. It can't. Because the term itself, heterozygous, means what? That the two alleles are already different from each other, which means that the two alleles have both a dominant and a recessive allele. So when you use the term heterozygous, you can only describe it in dominant terms. So you can say heterozygous tall. To describe, and when I say heterozygous tall, what do I mean? I am saying that the pea plant is tall. What characteristic am I looking at? Height in pea plants. So the pea plant is tall, but the genotype consists of two different alleles, so it is heterozygous. Absorb that. Rewind if you have to, because learners make this mistake, especially when we're looking at exam questions. Shall we do another? Let's do one, just one, and then we stop, and then we move on to other things. I hope you guys can hear me clearly. Right. Let's go here. Right. There we go. Back to my lovely diagram. Mendel's 7 characteristics. If I take seed shape, there is two alleles, round and wrinkled. Remember the previous lesson? This diagram here, you should take a screenshot of this, by the way. You should. Step out. Take a screenshot and look at it and love it and get to know it. You don't have to cram it. It's not going to come. Don't worry. It's not even going to come. But it gives you a way of understanding. Right. We look at seed shape, the gene for seed shape. It's got two alleles, round and wrinkled. Now, if you remember yesterday's lesson, I like this diagram. Why? Because the top alleles are the dominant alleles, and then the bottom alleles are the recessive alleles. Because round is dominant over wrinkled, which letter do we use when we are writing down our genotype? We use the letter R. So R becomes 4, round what? Round what? You don't just write round. If you're asked to do a cross, we're going to get 2 crosses. You don't just write round. It's round feet. We're going to detail with this. And then because R is dominant, round is dominant, we use the letter R. So capital letter R is for the dominant round seeds, and then small letter r is for the recessive, which is wrinkled. If we say Tabo had a pea plant and it was homozygous for round seeds, write the genotype. Let me repeat that. If I say to you, Tabo had a bunch of pea plants and he looked at a pea plant that was homozygous, what does it mean? Say for round seeds. Round being what? The dominant. Then the genotype would be. If we say that Misa had her own plant, pea plant, but this one here was homozygous wrinkled for seed shape, then we know that homozygous same alleles. And what are they giving us? Wrinkled seeds. Then we know that the genotype becomes that. And then we now say that, Smamkele had pea plants that were giving round seeds. But the pea plant was heterozygous. So it was heterozygous, giving us what? Obviously, round seeds. Can never say heterozygous and gives us wrinkled seeds. Why? Because if it is heterozygous, it's got what? Two different alleles. And the dominant allele is always going to be dominant over the recessive one. So if Simamkele had a pea plant, that was a heterozygous for round seeds. Then we know that there are two different alleles. So we write the genotype like that. And we always start with the dominant one, obviously. So, in your case, we can practice by doing the characteristics of Madam. I hope you got that. I hope it's sinking in. The aim is always 1/5 out of 1/5. We don't escape that, eh? We do not escape that. We are aiming to excel, not to pass. We're aiming to excel. Right. Heterozygous is a term used to describe a dominant what? Phenotype. So if we have a phenotype like this, if we have a genotype like this, what is the phenotype? Tall. Walk with me. Where are you? What is the phenotype? Tall. Come on. Something's wrong today. My bad. Tall. And if we have a genotype like this, what does this mean? Round seeds. Now, I think we now all agree that these two characteristics, tall and round seeds, are dominant phenotypes. But heterozygous is not just giving us the phenotype, it also tells us that the genotype has two different alleles. Absorb that. Any questions? Post them in the comment section. And then an organism can be homozygous with respect to some traits and heterozygous with respect to other traits. In other words, what we're trying to say is this. If we put up a pea plant here, if we make a pea plant, it's a plant. It's got many characteristics. And within those many characteristics, you find that some are homozygous. Homozygous for the dominant, some are homozygous for the recessive. And some traits within the same pea plant, some different traits can also be heterozygous. Okay. Right. So, there we go. I hope you got that. And I hope you loved it. Should you have any questions, we can come. You can ask them. So, look at this. I want to deal with this part here. Let's do this. Right. An organism can be homozygous to some traits. So, for example, if we have pea plant here, pea plant A, pea plant A. Pea plant A is tall and it has round seeds. That's the phenotype. This pea plant A, which is our organism, can be homozygous to some traits. Let's just say it is homozygous for plant height. And we already said that pea plant A is what? Is tall. If it is homozygous for height, then it means that it has this genotype. But at the same time, We know that P plant A has got round seeds. It doesn't mean that since it has round seeds and tall, the characteristic of height was tall and it was homozygous. Tall. It doesn't mean for round seeds it's going to be homozygous round. It can actually be what? It can actually be heterozygous. That's it, guys. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Bye.